So those should be live any moment now. Okay, like that's live now. Alrighty, just gonna quickly share this. And morning, everybody. We're back for New York, the IT trader. Everybody's doing well. IT, how are you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. Um, just here, not doing much. Market is
Nice.
boring Mondays, so hopefully this New York session will get
Yeah,
some movement.
yeah, looking forward to it. I'll be listening in the background here, but I'll be back there doing doing some code.
Sure, sure.
Alrighty, brother, we're ready to go whenever you are. Everything is set up here.
Cool. Um, Let me share my screen and then let's confirm the volume.
Okay, it's too loud.
There you go. You probably can't
Uh,
hear it.
yeah, I don't hear anything right now.
Okay, probably I paused it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I did. Okay.
I got some playlist requests maybe for tomorrow.
Okay. From from where?
I just I don't know.
Oh, from you.
I got a couple ideas.
Okay. I can play it if you send
Yeah,
it.
okay. Okay, cool. I'll send it tomorrow. Just for fun, something try something different.
Okay. You sent it?
Oh no, I'll send it tomorrow. I don't have it off the top of my head.
Okay, okay. No problem. I was gonna DJ a little bit for you.
Okay, nice. Oh man, I should have taken the opportunity, but it's okay.
All right, no worries. Tomorrow.
Yeah, nice.
Can you hear it though?
Nope, now I can. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
that's a little too loud though. Come
Okay. Okay.
on.
Better?
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that's great. Yeah,
Awesome. Cool.
awesome.
All right. I'll take it over then.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Welcome everybody to the New York session. Is Tuesday, 18th of February, 2025. And I hope you're doing well. So we are looking at the dollar index today. And as I mentioned yesterday, there was nothing really much going on. So just stay put on Mondays. And today we've had dollar showing some signs of going up, which that's awesome. I love to see that. Right? When you're bearish and the market opens and it goes up like this, that's the best. So I'm really excited for the rest of the week. As I mentioned, we will have a good week because we are in the third week of the month. Okay, so the third week of the month, the second and the third week of the month is what you really want to do most of your trading. So, second week you will see market open, rally, drops. Third week you see market open, rally, drop, and then fourth week, not so great. Okay, so fourth week you need to be really careful trading the fourth week of the month because you will likely get caught into a bit of manipulation similar to the first week. So I like the way we are moving so far. So what I want to see going forward is maybe a push just above Friday's high. If we can go just above Friday's high, that'll be enough. And then I will anticipate us rejecting and then going lower. So Friday's high comes in 107.18. That's where I want to see them take price to, and then the rejection. However, I think I gave you the economic calendar for the week yesterday. We don't have high impact news on dollar index today, so I think they might take it up a bit more. Even here, it's not bad. Just this last up candle prior to this move down that happened in London on Friday. That's not a bad area to watch, but I would prefer the high. Okay, so this will be a nice area to watch, and you'll be anticipating a sell pattern forming either here or above Friday's high. Okay. Now, until that sell pattern forms, don't do anything. How will it form? I think last week you saw an example here. This is how it will form. Okay. So until that forms, stay put for the continuation to the upside on the majors. So Euro first. On Euro, like I think yesterday I was pointing to this candle's low, right? And then somewhere in here. So that's still going to be the case. That area, somewhere in there. That's what I like. Okay. So let's see if we can get that level, or just before they get there, they will give you the buy pattern because it's Tuesday, right? So Tuesday, we want to see the low form. Okay. So going forward, it's game time for a potential buy to come into the market. So just anticipate the buy. That's all. Don't sell because it's not a sell market on the majors. British pound, same thing. Think that it is equal low. They're gonna take that. Let's go to the H4. Somewhere in here, that might be the ideal level to anticipate the buy coming in. And then you went to see price go up here. All right. Again, I think they are initiating, or they will initiate it. So watch, especially during this skill zone. Okay. Ideally, Tuesday's New York session that should form the low of the week, but we will see. Maybe by the time I finish the session, as soon as I finish and we go, you will see one big candle reject and then come above this high, and then you start looking for your buy. Now, when it does, I would prefer euro. Okay, why would I prefer euro? Because yesterday, price went above the previous week high on the British pound. Okay, they went above it over here, whilst euro did not do that. So euro has clean equal highs, whilst the British pound has a high high. Okay, so it will be best to look for a buy on euro to clear the previous week high. Okay, so when dollar index confirms that it's going lower, I will be looking for a buy on euro. It's gonna go up on all the other pairs, but euro be the best. Let's look at Aussie as well. Aussie is not bad either because we've dipped into the fair value gap. So inside this gap here, I would want to see a rejection and a continuation to the upside. Now, last night, I think I talked about the potential of rate announcement coming in and sending price aggressively up and sending the Euro Aussie down. They did send Euro Aussie down, which you can see here. And if you go onto the daily, you will see how the market opened. We never went up. We've been dropping. That's what I want to see. What I wanted to see. So watch this gap here on the H4. Watch this one right here. Okay. Watch that. I think that's where the low of the week might form. And then we will be screaming up to this level. 0.63886. Okay, so anticipate the low of the week forming in here. And then rejecting to go up. Let me double check on the daily. Yeah, that's where you start watching for the buy to come in. So watch this gap here. Okay, we want to anticipate buyers coming in here and then reject it. So on the lower time frame, you can start watching for a buy pattern to form. Like level is so powerful. I think we will get a reversal here, or something is gonna happen in here. These two gaps here. So that little one, no, it's a tiny one, but it can be all that price needs because it's just below this low, and then definitely this one here. Okay. I've talked about gaps and the time they form, right? So this form at the heart of Friday session. This was just as we left that red session, okay, which is London. So watch those two levels. We want buyers to come in that gap to expand high again. When they do, probably this pair will still be below this up candle, so you can get a trade idea based on the H4 to go down. So I think I'll send this after the session. I want to see them move lower from this up candle, right? With your stop above it. Or you can check on the lower time frame and wait for maybe a 5 minutes sell idea to form, and then we go down. I watched this live. Okay, when the rate announcement came in, I was sitting right here. I did get a sell, and then I took profit here, and I closed it, and I went to bed, wake up, and then this candle had printed. So I'm actually looking forward for a continuation to the downside. Okay, so your first objective will be below this low here, and then second one will be aiming for this. It's actually the gap on the daily. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think this would be a better place because that's a volume imbalance. But you can aim for this because I prefer that as a target. Okay. But low hanging fruit, go for that one and then be done. You can leave something on for this one as well. Okay. So instead of trading, you can still trade dollar, Aussie dollar if you want. It's up to you. You can trade both of them if you want to. New Zealand can see price did touch our level, our target right there, and then we get in a rejection. Now, what I'm seeing, this is also going to be a great one for this week. So measure this high to this low, drop down to the lower time frame, and then with the New Zealand, I'll say look over here, or buying OTE will be a better option for New Zealand. So buying here with your stop below this down candle, this up candle, and then expecting them to come back above this high, and then move into this gap here. Okay, so that would be, let's go on the daily. Yeah, there's a gap on the daily, but that would be the best level to target. So there you go. That's another potential trade on the New Zealand dollar. All right. So watch that area for a buy to form. Let me check on the one to make sure it's a decent level. Yeah, it's good. I like there's a breaker up here that formed in London. So that's a good level. Okay. So watch that for a continuation to the upside. And again, I'll share this after I finish this session. Now, in about 12 minutes time, we will have CPI on the card. So at 1:30, we'll come back and then observe that CPI news. All right. Because I like to see what it's going to do on our card. Now, I have taken something off my trade because last week I was mentioning that there is a potential that they can send it up to take our previous week high and then reject. I would rather they don't do that and then send it down, but I don't control price, and logically that will be the best thing. From a logical perspective, that's what is meant to happen, for them to go up, take out their previous week high and then reject and go lower. So if they go above the previous week high, they will likely maybe go for this high as well, and that's where our stop loss is. But it can go down too, because definitely I think they're gonna come for this equal low. So I've taken half of my position off and I've left half on it. So if it goes up, stop me out, no problem. I'll wait, and then it gives me another sell opportunity and I'll sell it. But if I happen to be right to go down, which I think I am, but the idea of them going up first is always going to be a possibility, right? And I don't want to close it, because I've had that several times. I don't want to close it and then the news comes and then it drops. So I've made a decision, right? Just close half of the position, leave it as it is. If they go up and they stop out, it will give you another sell opportunity and then you sell. But if they don't and they send it down, at least you have a position on. Okay. And sometimes you have to make these kind of decisions as a trader. Why? Because most people will either be there and then they want to gamble. I want to sell when the news comes. No. Or you want to buy when the news comes. No. What is the high time frame saying? Is it going to go up or down? Down. Okay, cool. Then get a position and then be okay within yourself. Okay. Am I okay risking what I've risked? Yes. So if it stops me out, am I going to be upset? No. But if it moves in my favor, is it going to be nice? Of course. Okay. Trading is all about decision making. So I've made my decision. Let's see what will happen going forward. If they set it up, probably I would want to see them take it up just a little bit into that one. And then I'll hunt for a 1 minute reversal, and then I'll sell it to come back, because I think I've taught this. Whenever they are going to attack a low, they will manipulate it to the upside and then come back for it. Okay, they are meant to come for this low, but they manipulated it to upside and then they'll come for it. So if they can run it up, take out everybody and then reject, I'll prefer that. Okay, in all honesty, I'll prefer that they send it up and then reject, like dollar did last week. All right, so that's that for a dollar CAD. I'm sorry, Euro CAD. Let's look at gold. So yesterday, gold, I was saying that, it's 50-50 for me, or 60-50. 60 to the downside and 50 to the upside. Sorry, 60 to the downside, 40 to the upside. Now, that doesn't give me a good indication what price wants to do. Hence, I'm not touching it. And so far, it's not done much. It's just pulled back up into premium relative to this H4 range. Now, based on this H4 range, the 60-40 still stands. This high to this low. The 60-40 still stands. Right? It's likely to go down than to go up. So I'm not really interested in gold right now. That's the bottom line of what I'm expecting. It can go anyway, and I'm not ready to gamble on that. Seasonally, it does form a high in February. Okay. And we are in February. So I wouldn't be surprised to see gold going lower. And in future, we'll talk more about seasonal tendencies. Because if you understand seasonalities in price action or in currencies, you understand that there is a high probability something happening during a certain period of the year, and it's constantly repeat. And I think I gave one yesterday. If you pay attention to November to February, okay, every single year, you will see that there's a low that forms in November and it forms a high in February. And I think in the last, if my mind recalls right, in the last 6 years or in the last 5 years, it failed once. Okay, it failed once to do that. So that, says a lot. Hence, this might be a high for now. So let's see. If they go above it, of course, we will reach for that 2986 level. But until then, I think there's a probability they will come back down. So I'm not really interested in gold right now. Let's look at crude oil. Same thing with crude oil. It's gone into a sideways mood for some reason. So again, patience. One big candle for the week, it's all that we need. And then we will resume coming back up here. So give it maybe by the end of this week, and then we might get something to play with when it comes to crude oil. On the monthly, they've taken out the previous month low. So if we start rejecting, that would be very, very good, because they are below a previous month low. And that would be powerful, because if they take out liquidity below a previous month low, there's always going to be a high probability of price rejecting and going higher. Now, we've got about 5 minutes, but let me quickly talk about what I gave yesterday regarding why I was anticipating Euro Aussie not going up. There's an example over here, right? So if you look at this week here, okay, if you study that on the lower time frame, so if you go onto the weekly and on the daily, I'm gonna use the daily as a typical example. If you look at this down candle, right, the moment that down candle was broken, price never looked back. Now that was around 21st of January. So by 21st of January, you know that wick on the monthly candle is going to stay like that. It's going to end up with a wick. The monthly candle opens here. Here. And 21st is there. So by the end of the month, from this candle's high all the way down to this candle's low, that will be a wick on the monthly, at least minimum. Hence, if we close like that, then the following month, the February candle is going to open and it's just going to start dropping. That's how you know when price will not continue going up, when price closes every single candle. So every single candle that closes, and a fractal. Again, the higher the time frame, the better. Every single candle that closes, how it closes is important. You can just check on the lower time frame and then see whether the next candle will go up or not. And this is typical example. Now, again, the higher the time frame, the better. So don't go and do this on a 5 minute chart. Don't go and do this on a 1 hour chart because you get destroyed. Okay. All right. So that's one reason why Euro Aussie was not going to go up when the market opened. Okay. So I'm waiting. Maybe by the end of the month, we will be above this candle's high. Okay. If we can go above it, especially this week, then they will be rejecting January's low. And that will give us a break of structure. We will aim for here, and then we will aim for that high. So patience, patience, patience. Yes, we are almost there. I didn't get any trade on this for some reason. It just didn't give me none. It's just been consolidating and drifting towards it. But that's where I think it's going, 6162. So maybe this New York session, it might give a trade opportunity, but it's just not clean enough. Okay. Just be mindful, because if they don't give any buy and then it goes above it, it might reject immediately, because we had Monday, we didn't get any down movement, not so much. And then Tuesday, we're going up, which if we are bullish, we're supposed to do that and then that. But it's doing this. So they might take out this high and then immediately drop back down. So just be aware, be mindful. If you see a sell pattern forming above the high, go for it, because these are all clean lows over here. And they might come and clean that and balance this area. All right, so we've got about 30 seconds left before the CPI on CAD. So I'm going to mute myself, and then we look at how that news is going to affect the EuroCAD. All right, I'll be back in about maybe 5 or less than that. Okay, I guess that was just not not the kind of movement I expected, but it is what it is. It did nothing. Okay, so that means the downside still prevails. I think we will continue going down because I was anticipating maybe they will use the news event to run maybe previous week high, but that wasn't the case. So what I want to see going forward is at least a close below um, this candle's low on a daily basis. So today must absolutely close below here, and then we are good to continue going lower, right? It looks like this. This is an inside candle, so ignore that. This one, I want to see them close below that, and then we are good to continue going lower. Okay, so let's carry on with the other pairs. Let's go over to crypto market. Now, from what I said yesterday, based on what price is currently doing, I think we might end this month as a consolidation. Oh, this month is going to end as a down candle, and then next month we will start going up. So be on the watch for a potential buy for the month of March, not this month, because the way it rejected that previous week high, that's not good. Okay, so we might get the buy going into the month of March. So it's still gonna give a buy opportunity to those that missed out with this initial buy. So watch out for let me see on the H4. As a matter of fact, where we are now, it's not bad area. It's not bad. Anywhere from 32 to 30 is not bad area. Essentially this here. That's the area I'm referring to. So anywhere in there, that's not bad to buy. Because I think they might reject, but it will not go up. Right? It will not go up this month. So even if you buy, there is a high probability that price is gonna keep going up, down, up, down. That's what I'm seeing. Yesterday I was telling a friend, cryptos will go up next month, and then he was asking, "Oh, are you a prophet?" I was like, "No, I'm not a prophet, but based on price action, sometimes you can know when price will go up. Okay, you can know when price is gonna go up. So based on the price action that I'm seeing, it's not likely to go up this month. Because if it was going to go, after rejecting this low and breaking this high, we are not supposed to be back down here. Okay, and I've showed you why sometimes it will do that, because on the monthly, it's just preparing that monthly candle as a buy. So there's accumulation going on inside this, and then the next one will be the one that will be used to go up. Now, I'm not an indicator fan. As you can see, I don't really use, apart from these ones that I use over there, which is just a tool that helps me to make things easier on the charts. The only tool that I subscribe to is RSI. Okay, RSI. If you understand RSI, that is the tool that I like to use. When I'm anticipating the buy forming, okay, you will see, and maybe this is the first time that I'm revealing it to you. Whenever you're looking for the buy pattern to form, you are going to see a divergence on the RSI. And then if you're looking for the sell pattern to form, you are going to see a divergence, right? Where the buy forms when this when it forms like this. Right in here, you will see a divergence. So that's one of the filters that will help you to know when the buys are coming in, right? So the move up will usually be a low on the divergence. Then the move down will make a lower low in price, but price will diverge on the RSI. So instead of instead of the RSI making this low and then this low making a lower low, the RSI will make a higher low. So you might see something like this. If this is the RSI and this is price, you'll see something like this. Okay. This low will correspond to that, and this will correspond to that. Instead of this being something like that, because it makes a lower low, but it will just switch. Okay. So that's one of the filters that you can use to anticipate the buy. So when price is trading down, okay, if you're looking for the buy, you can use the RSI as a filter to know when buyers actually coming, right? And if I was to put it on gold, the last time we bought on the M15, those are some of the things that you probably might not see me having it on the screen, but I know it in my head. Okay, it's in my head that that's what's going to happen. So here you notice that price is making lower lows, low, 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 but the RSI does not make a lower low. It makes a higher low, right? So if it trades to that level and then you're expecting the buy, the low of that buy should be divergent from the low, whatever low that they're taking. It should diverge, or it should be a higher low. Okay, and you can go and back test it, and you see anytime that this buy forms, there's going to be a divergence. Okay, so I've given you another tool to help you filter out when buy comes in and when sales comes in, because it's going to be there. If you look here, right, this high and this high, this high and that high, this sellers come in, yes, and then price went lower. Okay, enough. So back to this, right? The buyers will come in. Anticipate that because we are diverging, or is going to diverge, and then price will go up. On the lower time frame, just before the buy happened, right? You didn't see it, but I saw it. Yeah. Okay, they run down. So all these move down was them buying, and that diverged. All right. So once you see that, once it rejects, especially, yeah, I'll leave that for later. Once it rejects, then you start looking for a buy, because that's basically smart money that has stepped in. All right. Okay. Solana. Okay, so I've not actually paid attention to Solana over the weekend, because the last time I saw it, we had this candle on Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, I didn't really watch price. Yesterday, I was anticipating them to reject this low, and then they've gone all the way down. So based on what I'm seeing, there is likely going to be a rejection, because if you look from the monthly perspective, we do have that lower low effect, this low and this low. Okay, so that's a lower low. Hence, once we go below it, we should start seeing immediate rejection. That immediate rejection, if you look below this low and you find a like a resistance level, aka a PD array, if you find that, If you find that, then you are likely going to get a rejection from that level. Okay, so below that, you have this gap with this down candle, and that in of itself is the auto block, the last down candle prior to the move up, breaking this, right? So this will reject, right? It's likely going to reject. So on the lower time frame, I think if we've actually missed it, that was a 15 minutes buy in here, and then price rejected. I missed a buy on Bitcoin, which I'm going to show you in a second. Watch here, and I'll go onto Bitcoin because that's the same similar level that Bitcoin did not come, because I wanted to buy this high. I wanted to buy this high to go and attack this equal high. My buy limit is still in there. It never triggered me in. Okay, so again, up candle, move down, rejection. I was looking to buy the breaker, it never did. So watch that level because they never touched the breaker. So watch that. It might come back down and then touch it. It's an auto block on the 1 hour. Same thing as this one. Okay, so watch that because Monday, Tuesday dropping, that's a good thing. You're likely to see a buy, right? I just gave you Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still in that consolidation, but we are low in that consolidation. So buying would be the best thing. I think last week, this was what I was looking for. I didn't talk about it yesterday. Just buy here and then target that. Today, let me see on the H4. It's not the cleanest. The scalp was the best. If it had given that, that would have been perfect. Leave this one alone, okay? I'm not seeing big candles, so leave Bitcoin alone for a day trade. Leave it alone, especially they've gone above this equal high, so leave that alone for now. Let's look at Ethereum. Same thing. To be honest, just be careful trading the cryptos right now because it's not in a good condition for a trade, right? Based on what I'm saying, like I said, this month is not going to do much. So if you're expecting big moves to happen, you're going to be disappointed. So say if you get it, let me go to the lower time frame. Drop down to a 15 or 5 minutes time frame and then use the pattern that I've shared with you. Okay. Now you're allowed to, when we are in such conditions, you're allowed to use the lower time frame to look for scalps. All right. So you just drop down to lower time frame, find a run with the buy, below a low, rejection, buy the breaker. Find a run below a low, rejection, buy the breaker on a 5 minutes chart, or a run above a high, rejection, and then sell the breaker. Okay, just do that on the lower time frame, and then let the high time frame prepare for the move that maybe next month will unfold. Hype. I think yesterday I mentioned they will probably send it lower. I didn't see that one coming. I didn't see this one coming. Yesterday we were here, and I think I was looking for them to come here and then maybe in this red shaded area. I still think that's where it's gonna go. It's gonna continue moving lower on, maybe to come and clean out these lows because they've taken out a high. I don't want to get rid of my lines, but they've taken out a high over here. So it's likely to go and attack a low, which comes in right here, especially with that rejection that we got. So the high, the rejection is likely to go here. So on the H4, this high, this low, that will be your range. On the H1, it will look something like this. So selling in premium over here will not be a bad idea. And then you attack the previous week low if you trade hype. Then Ripple will also potentially go up next month. So nothing much to do. It did take out previous week high, but in this occasion, I don't want to see them go and attack the previous week low. Let me get rid of this drawing and double check something here. Yeah, I don't want to see them go and attack previous week low. So in preparation for next month, maybe you can do a buy at 618 or the 70.5 level. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. And because if it comes here, it's not good anyway. So it's either you want to buy 618 with your stop here. $618 or 70.5, one of them. Okay, but your stop goes below this particular low. Or if you want to be conservative, then put it on the 88.8. It's up to you. Okay, because sometimes it can wick and then go higher. So if you want to do that, then place your stop loss here just for safety. Okay, and then we will expect price to continue going up. So don't buy where we are now, here or there, and then hold it for the rest of the month, because it's not going to go up this month, next month, and maybe this entry might not even trigger this week. If it triggers this week, we only have 1 week more to go next week, and then be going into next month. So next week might begin the move, and then the month will end. Then we go to March, and that's when the movement to the upside might unfold. Okay, so that's that for Ripple. Let's go and look at our last two favorite pairs, Tatsuo and Satsuki. Starting with Tatsuo, we're seeing some kind of buy coming. Now, I'm not really convinced yet because it needs to give me an aggressive candle, one big aggressive candle. That's what will kind of bring some excitement in terms of buys to this chart. Okay, so let's see if we can get a big push even above yesterday's high. That would be great. I like the fact that we have this up candle in a swing, and we've had 1, 2, 3. You know that one, or you can ignore these small little ones and then focus on the big ones. Okay, so we've had 1 up candle and then 3 big down candles. That's a good pattern as a form of buy. Let me see if I can put the RSI on this and see where we are in terms of the RSI. Okay. We are not in oversold territory yet. We are not in oversold territory yet. So maybe it will go up and then come back down before we go up, because it needs to get to at least the oversold. Now, I don't really use this RSI. It just points to me when the buys are going to come in and the divergence. That's what I mainly use it for. Okay. Now we don't have a low and a lower low for me to use it. That's why I'm looking out for it to be at least at the oversold level. Then it will be extremely cheap. Okay. So even if we get a big close above this candle's high, I'm still not convinced yet. Right? It might give you a potential trade back into the range relative to this one here. It might give you a trade back into premium, but not a reversal. If it does reverse, great. We will look for a buy, but I won't count on that. So buying into premium, if we get the close, then waiting. If we break, then we start buying more. If not, then when it gets in premium, it might send it back down one more time. And then last one is touch key. So touch key, as I said, it's likely going to do what? It's likely going to take out that equal low. So that's what I still stand with. We are going to attack this equal low. So nothing to do, no more, no buying. Just look for a continuation to the downside to attack this equal low. All right, and that's pretty much it. I think the market is boring. I'm not seeing any excitement in the market at the moment. So sitting on your hands is a preferred move, especially if you're on the cryptos. All right, sit on your hands and wait probably next week. Next week will give more excitement because it will be the last week of the month and there will be a lot of movement because they will manipulate price. Okay. And then obviously when it comes to the currencies, you can get some joy with the Euro Aussie, Euro CAD. I gave you a level on Aussie dollar, Euro dollar too. So you can focus on this for this week. And that's why I personally don't like being a one asset class trader, because sometimes you will get into conditions where it will not be favorable for you to be trading. But since you are in that asset class only, you are forced to do something. And sometimes that will not be the good thing, or it's not the best thing for you to do. Why? Because if the market is not moving, why would you want to be in there? There's always going to be a reason for you to do something if you stare at the chart enough. Okay, if I keep staring at this, it's always going to give me an idea. Okay, if I stare at it enough, because your brain is wired to see patterns. That's what you've trained yourself to do. You've trained yourself to see patterns. So if you stare at the screen enough, you will see a pattern, but you might forget the trading condition. Okay. And if you force it, then you're gonna end up giving, what you've actually made back to the market. So don't be a one asset class trader. Try and diversify. Try and look at a basket of asset classes so that when one asset class is not doing well, then you go into the other one. Because if not, then you're always going to be stuck, especially when it comes to cryptos. When it moves into this kind of consolidation, I pity those traders that always want to buy, because then you're going to be forced to trade and you end up doing what you're not supposed to do. Okay. But if you diversify, then obviously you're going to get something on a different market. If cryptos are not moving, currency might be moving. If currencies are not moving, maybe indices might be moving, or gold or oil. Okay. Diversify a little bit so that you can get joy in the market. If not, sometimes these markets can make you miserable. Anyway, That's my 2 cents. It's up to you what you want to do. I dab in all of them. I just look for opportunity because I see the charts. I don't see the asset class. I see candlesticks. Okay. I don't see Ripple. I see candlesticks. Okay? And if you look at the market like that, then asset class does not really matter. You're just seeing something that the market is doing, and then you basically trade that. Okay. So that's it from me, Mr. Igor.
Amazing. Thank you very much, IT. Always a super pleasure.
Awesome. Market is boring so far this
Ah,
Tuesday, but hopefully from 2 p.m. going, we should get some excitement in here.
sweet. Yeah, nice. Looking forward to that too. Volatility is our friend.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, why don't we sign out and thanks again. Um,
Mhm.